Hello, welcome to the Jubilee Sailing Trust Tour. My name is Daisy, I will be your tour guide today. Right now, you are standing at the Southampton port, where the Jubilee Sailing Trust is located. In front of you, you can see a ship named Lord Nelson, and behind you, the Tenacious. Jubilee Sailing Trust is an international, United Nations accredited disability charity. The trust takes both disabled and able-bodied people to the sea, to not only teach them how to crew a tall ship, but to promote equality sharing, and to celebrate individual differences by working together. Today, I will take you on their two ships. Firstly, Lord Nelson, and secondly, the Tenacious. If you are ready, we will begin your experience now. Lord Nelson was designed by Colin Muter, a small craft naval designer, awarded the status of Royal Designers for Industry. The construction of Lord Nelson is completed on the 17th of October 1986. The newly completed ship made her way out of Southampton, and towards the challenge of changing lives for everyone who came on board. Right now, you are standing on the bowsprit of the ship. It provides an anchor point for the forestays, which keeps the big poles in front of you from falling. On your left hand, you can see the River Itchen, which flows from Mid-Hampshire to join with Southampton Water. Please take your time to look around. Now, you are standing in the helm, located on the upper deck of the ship. Helm is the part that controls the course of the ship. When the ship's wheel in front of you is steered by the helmsman, the steering mechanism will change the direction of the ship. You will get to join in and get involved with the activities regardless of your physical ability. On Sunday, you might get to be the helmsman. This is the cockpit, the place for control systems, including the steering and other navigation and communication systems. Upon boarding the ship, you will be put into one of 4 teams, called watches. Each watch will keep watch, both at day and night, as well as doing various tasks on board. An experienced watch leader in each watch, along with a permanent crew, will ensure that you are given tasks that suit your individual strengths. Together, you will sail the ship. The galley, or the kitchen, is where food is cooked and prepared on the ship. A professional cook and a cook's assistant will cook 3 meals a day and make cakes, biscuits, scones and afternoon tea, both known as smoko. On each day, one member of each watch helps the cook and cook's assistant in the galley. Coming down to the gun deck or the lower floor, you can see pictures of the crew members. The machine on your left-hand side is the transport assistant for the disabled bodies to maneuver up and down the deck. The accommodation is seeable on your right-hand side. Coming inside is the living room and the bar. Here, the crew members may spend time together in their happy hours or free time. You can see the cozy and lively atmosphere of the conversation between the former and current crew members.
What do you got? Are you coming back online or?
Just got off Tenacious, went come from Antigua.
The ship bathroom is located near the accommodation. You can see toilet in the right room and the shower in the left room. You may clean yourself in your free time before breakfast, lunch and dinner, or after your watch duty. Cafeteria is the place where you can enjoy your meals, or chatting with the others, just as in the living room. Behind you is the microlift, which is used to deliver the food and other items between the decks. The luggages you brought to the ship will be kept at your accommodation. No hard luggage is allowed on the ship, to avoid any possible injuries. On board, you may be assigned a buddy, another crew member who will be your companion on the voyage. This is why you can see 2 beds in the accommodation. Jubilee Sailing Trust aims to pair up physically disabled and able-bodied into buddies, as this integration lies at the heart of their mission. Together you will discover how to sail the ship. And now, your bed is done. You are ready to sleep. Welcome back. Did you enjoy your experience on Lord Nelson? On Tenacious, you will receive the experience from the perspective of people who sit on wheelchairs, to understand how they see the world. I hope you enjoy your experience on the Tenacious as much as Lord Nelson. If you are ready, we will now progress to the ship. In the early 1990s, as involvement of people with all physical abilities to sail became popular, Lord Nelson was unable to continue to supply the growing demand. Therefore, fund was raised to build a new ship. On Thursday the 3rd of February, year 2000, an emotional day for many people, the ship was completed after 4 years of construction. The ship took 2.5 years to be designed by Tony Castro, a famous naval designer. Finally, the ship was given the name, Tenacious, by His Royal Highness the Duke of York. Tenacious is built to be bigger and more accessible for disabled bodies. From here, you can notice that the pathway is wider than that of the Lord Nelson. We will take you there to have a closer look. Safety is one of the most important aspects on board. On your left-hand side, you can see the orange life buoy rings and safety boats. It is used for emergency situations, such as to save people from drowning or when the crews have to evacuate from the ship. Just like in the movies. Let's proceed to the upper deck. We will use the lift in the far front of you, where you can see the barrier with a dolphin etched. The lift is used to move heavy carriages as well as people between the decks. If you sit in the wheelchair, you can travel more easily alone. Where there are no lift, your buddy will help you maneuver between decks. Now that you have arrived on the upper deck, the big pole above you is the main mast of the ship, where the navigator can climb up to see the surroundings from high above. The poles are where the sails, or the pieces of fabric, can be released so that the ship can catch the wind and move forward. The small brown pole in front of you is the ship's compass. It is one of the tools that is used to guide the ship to its destination. Now that you have learned some features of the outside, let's proceed to see the inside of the Tenacious. Coming inside is the accommodation. On the Tenacious, the beds in the path are designed to be wider to enable wheelchair users easier access. In case of emergency, the stair near the accommodation also functions as an evacuation route. You can see the red label below the fire exit label, saying evacuation route number 1. On the overhead of the stair is a rope and a lock. The lock will be hooked to your wheelchair, which your buddy will help maneuver up and down the stairs. On another side of the accommodation, behind you, is where evacuation route number 2 is located. The part that cannot be left out is the bar, where you can have fizzy drink and chat with your friends on board. The porthole or the windows allow the sunlight to shine through, giving even more cozy, warm atmosphere. With 40 years of long and rich history, the Jubilee Sailing Trust has been changing lives since 1978. The Jubilee Sailing Trust's 2 ships have sailed many hundreds of thousands of miles, operating in European and North Atlantic waters. Frequently, they visit France, Ireland, Canaries, Mediterranean, the Caribbean and a lot more. From one-day trip to over a month-long journey, people who were once unknown to each other will get out of their comfort zone and very quickly come together to work as a team. Sailing with the Jubilee Sailing Trust will change perceptions, both of your own ability and of those around you, regardless of physical ability. We hope that you will get to know new friends and change your perception at the Jubilee Sailing Trust. Thank you for watching.